2 weeks after the wedding, Mama Aduni's 2.3-acre healing compound, Abeokuta, Ogun State. 20 village women line up outside her gate, silent, heads bowed. One whispers, "We were wrong." Mama Aduni, 85, hands them herb bundles. No words, they weep. At the doorway, Mrs. Folak kneels. She holds a red head wrap, Jill, in trembling hands. "Forgive me." On the village bulletin board, a resignation letter. "I abused my power. Chief Balogan." Have you ever been vindicated after everyone called you a fool? This is one of those African stories, a real-life story where an 85-year-old woman married a 25-year-old man, and what happened next silenced an entire village. This African folklore will challenge everything you believe about love, dignity, and touching stories that restore faith. But 2 weeks ago, this same crowd tried to destroy her. Let's rewind 6 months earlier. Oja Oba Market, Abeokuta, Saturday morning. 200 vendors unpack yams, palm oil, dried fish. Mama Aduni arrives at her usual corner, a blue tarp spread with herb bundles. Bitterleaf, moringa, name bark. 40 years she's held this spot. Beside her, Tunda, 25, lean, quiet, arranges bundles by ailment. Headache, fever, stomach pain. He's learned her system. 3 years ago, he returned from university broken. His mother had just died of cancer. Mama Aduni took him in, taught him herbalism. Now he processes 47 patients weekly, a village record. A woman approaches, buys fever herbs, pays 500 naira. Tunda hands her change. She nods, leaves. Tundi glances at Mama Aduni. "Can I tell them today?" She adjusts her red jewel. "If your heart is certain," he stands, clears his throat. "Excuse me, I have an announcement." Vendor's turn. Phones out, curious. Tundi's voice shakes. "Mama Aduni and I are getting married." Silence. 3 seconds. Then, "What?" Mrs. Folak, 52, designer sunglasses, Lagos businesswoman, lunges through the crowd. She's Tunde's aunt, his late mother's sister. "Have you lost your mind?" She's 85. "You're 25. That's... She bewitched you." A vendor shouts, "Witch!" Another, "Gold digger." Phones rise. Videos record. Within an hour, hashtag Granny Gold Digger trends across Nigerian Twitter. Monday, Village Council Hall. Chief Balogun, 68, greybeard, embroidered agbada, sits at the head table. 15 council members flank him. He's ruled this village for 15 years. Land disputes, marriage approvals, festival permits. His word is law. Mrs. Folak stands at the podium. "Chief, this union is unnatural." "My nephew is being exploited." Chief Balogun nods slowly. "The council shares your concern." He opens a leather binder. "According to Oral Custom Number 7, a marriage must demonstrate potential for lineage continuity. This union violates natural order." Mama Aduni sits in the back row, silent, hands folded. Tunde rises. "Chief, with respect, Nigerian Marriage Act 1990, Section 18 requires only consent, not fertility." Chief Balogun's jaw tightens. "Customs precede federal law, boy. Sit down." The council votes. 13 in favor of blocking the marriage. 2 abstain. Motion passes. Chief Balogun stamps a document. Petition number 442. We revoke Mama Aduni's compound lease pending moral review. Mama Aduni's eyes widen. She's rented that land for 40 years at 50,000 naira annually. The village trust owns it. Chief Balogun chairs the trust. She stands. "Chief, you offered me 15 million naira for that land 3 years ago. I refused. Is this revenge?" Gasps, council members whisper. Chief Balogun's face hardens. This meeting is adjourned. Week 2, Tuesday evening, Pastor Adewale arrives at Mama Aduni's compound. 12 church elders trail behind him. Bibles clutched. Faces stern. Mama Aduni offers them seats on the veranda. Tea? Pastor Adewale refuses. "Sister, Leviticus warns against unnatural unions. You're leading this young man astray. Repent." Mama Aduni's voice stays calm. "Pastor, Ruth married Boaz. He was decades older." "Did God condemn that?" An elder scoffs. "That's different." "How?" Silence. Pastor Adewale stands. "We'll pray for you. But if you proceed, the church withdraws fellowship." They leave. Mama Aduni watches them go. Her hand trembles slightly. She steadies it. Week 3, Oja Oba Market. Mama Aduni's corner is empty. No customers. Vendors glance at her tarp, then look away. A woman approaches, one who bought fever herbs last month. She spits on the ground near Mama Aduni's feet. Witch. Tunde lunges forward. Mama Aduni grabs his wrist. No. Her patient count drops from 47 to 11 per week. Bills pile up. Rent, medicine, food night, Mama Aduni's compound. Someone spray paints the gate, witch house. Tunde scrubs it at dawn. Mama Aduni watches from the window. She doesn't help. Doesn't interfere. Just watches. When he finishes, he sits on the steps. Face in his hands, she brings him water. Says nothing. Sets the cup beside him. Goes back inside. Later that night, she writes a letter. Her handwriting is steady, precise. She folds it. Places it on Tunde's pillow. The letter. Tunde reads it aloud the next morning, voiceover. Love isn't what the crowd applauds. It's what two souls build when the world goes silent. If you leave, I bless you. If you stay, it must be your choice, not my persuasion. I release you. Mama A, Week 4. Mrs. Folklare's Lagos office. The humiliation isn't working fast enough. Mrs. Folklore sits across from a private investigator, Adekunle. Grey suit, leather briefcase. I need proof, she says. Proof she drugged him. Proof she manipulated him. Whatever it takes, Adekunle nods. I'll need access to her compound. Done. Mrs. Folklore slides an envelope across the desk. Inside, 500,000 naira cash. Find something. She leans back. Her mind flashes to 3 years ago. Her sister's deathbed. The wooden box hidden in the closet. Jewelry worth 8.2 million naira. Her sister's voice. Make sure Tunde gets this. Mrs. Folklore took it instead. Told Tunde it was lost. Sold 2 pieces already. If Mama Aduni knows, and she suspects the old woman does, everything. Crumbles, reputation, business, family, trust. This isn't about protecting Tunde. It's about burying the truth Saturday morning. Mama Aduni's gate, Mrs. Folklore arrives unannounced. Stands at the gate. Points at Mama Aduni's red geel. That head wrap belonged to my sister. It's family property. Give it back. Mama Aduni shakes her head. Your sister gave it to me. On her deathbed. She said, wear this when you need strength. Mrs. Folklare's voice rises. You're a liar. Give it back or you'll what? Mama Aduni's tone stays soft. Expose yourself? Mrs. Folklore freezes. Mama Aduni steps closer. I know about the jewelry. Your sister told me where she hid it. I've kept it safe. For Tunde. Mrs. Folklare's face drains of color. She turns. Leaves without another word. Day 5 after the gate, Vandalism. Chief Balogun files petition number 443. This one demands a mental competency evaluation. To ensure Mama Aduni is of sound mind before any marriage decision, the petition arrives via courier. Tunde reads it aloud. His voice cracks. They're calling you senile. Mama Aduni folds laundry. Doesn't look up. Let them. Mama, if I defend my mind, I validate their question. I'll take the test. I'll pass. Then what will they say? Tunde watches her hands. Steady, precise, folding each cloth into perfect squares. No tremor. No hesitation. He realizes she's not fighting because she doesn't need to. Day 12. General Hospital, Abeokuta. The cognitive evaluation is scheduled. Chief Balogun insists on observing. 2 council members accompany him. The evaluator is Dr. Emeka, 38, wire-rimmed glasses, calm demeanor. He trained under Mama Aduni 10 years ago when he was a medical student researching traditional remedies. She taught him which herbs reduced inflammation, which aided sleep. He graduated top of his class. Now he administers the mini mental state examination. 30 questions. Orientation, memory, attention, language. What year is it? 2025. What month? April. Count backward from 100 by 7s. 100, 93, 86, 79, 72. Chief Balogun leans forward, arms crossed, watching, waiting for a mistake. There is none. Dr. Emeka scores the test. 29 out of 30. Perfect cognition. Chief Balogun's jaw tightens. Fine. But mental fitness doesn't justify this abomination. Dr. Emeka removes his glasses. Cleans them slowly. Chief, with respect. Calling a consensual union an abomination says more about your mind than hers. Silence. Chief Balogun storms out. The council members follow. Parking lot. 5 minutes later, Dr. Emeka walks Tunde to his car. Mama Aduni trails behind, silent as always. Dr. Emeka stops. Turns to Tunde, lowers his voice. I need to ask you something private. Tunde glances back. Mama Aduni is examining herbs growing near the hospital fence out of earshot. Do you know about the hospital visits? Dr. Emeka asks. Tunde frowns. What visits? Your mama has been coming here. Every 2 weeks. For 3 months. Oncology department. Tunde's breath catches. Oncology? That's cancer treatment. Dr. Emeka's face stays neutral, professional. I can't say more without her consent, but you should ask her soon. He gets in his car. Drives away. Tunde stands frozen. Mama Aduni walks back toward him, a sprig of mint in her hand. For tea, she says. He can't speak. Night. Herb garden behind the compound. Tunde sits alone on a wooden bench, holds his mother's photograph, faded, cracked at the edges. Taken 2 months before she died. Her smile forced, her eyes tired. He remembers her final days, the way Mama Aduni stayed by her bedside, cooked her meals, bathed her, changed her sheets, never complained, never asked for thanks. His mother's last words to him, "Promise me you'll take care of Aduni. She has no one," he promised. Now the village calls him a gold digger, calls her a witch, and Dr. Emeka's words loop in his mind. Oncology department. Every 2 weeks. 3 months. What is she hiding? Why won't she tell him? Mama Aduni watches from the kitchen window, sees him weep. Doesn't go to him, gives him space to doubt, space to choose. This is the test. Not the councils, not the churches. His day 19 dawn, Tunde wakes to find a letter on his pillow. Beside it, a wooden box. He opens the letter first. Reads, "Tunde, love is not a debt. You owe me nothing. Your mother asked me to watch over you. But that doesn't mean you must marry me. If this union brings you shame, walk away. I will understand. I will not resent you. Inside this box is what your mother left for you. It was always yours." Mama A, he opens the box. Inside, jewelry. Gold necklaces, emerald earrings, ruby bracelets, pieces he recognizes from childhood photos. His mother wore them on special occasions. His aunt told him they were lost in probate. But here they are, polished, catalogued, worth 8.2 million naira. A handwritten note tucked beneath. Your mother hid these in her bedroom closet, behind the old blankets. She told me the location 2 days before she died. Make sure Folaki doesn't take them. Give them to Tunde when he's ready. You're ready now. Mama A, Tunde's hands shake. His aunt lied. Mama Aduni protected him, silently, for 3 years, but she's still hiding something. He knows it, day 20. Mama Aduni's kitchen. Tunde finds her preparing breakfast. Boiled yam, palm oil, pepper. He sets the jewelry box on the table. Why didn't you tell me? She flips the yam. You needed to decide on your own. Not because you felt indebted, Mama. His voice cracks. Dr. Emeka said you've been going to the hospital. Oncology, what does that mean? Her hand pauses. Just for a second, then resumes. It means I've been managing something. Managing what? Something that's mine to carry. Is it cancer? She turns off the stove, looks at him directly. Would it change your answer? My answer to what? Do you want to marry me because you love me? Or because you pity me? Tunde's throat tightens. I don't know anymore, she nods. Then we wait. Until you do, day 24. Private investigators report Adekunle delivers his findings to Mrs. Folek. A manila folder, photos, bank statements. I found deposits. 120,000 naira total over 6 months. Turned to Mama Aduni. Mrs. Folek smiles. Perfect. Proof of payment. But there's more. Adekunle slides over receipts. He was repaying loans for herbalism courses. Nigerian Institute of Medical Herbalists. All documented. Her smile fades. That's it? That's it. No drugs, no coercion, no financial abuse. She's clean. Mrs. Folek's jaw tightens. Then we go public with the deposits only. Let the village draw conclusions. Day 25. Village notice board. A printed notice appears. Public inquiry. Financial transactions between Tunde Adeyemi and Aduni Ogunleye. Village meeting scheduled. Day 30. All residents required to attend. Tunde sees it. His stomach drops. Mama Aduni reads it beside him. Her face reveals nothing. They're going to twist it, Tunde says. Make it look like I paid you. Let them. Mama, why won't you fight? She turns to him. Her eyes are calm, infinite, sad. Because fighting proves you think you're guilty. I'm not guilty. Neither are you. The truth will speak for itself. And if it doesn't, then we weren't meant to win this way. Day 28. Late night Tunde can't sleep. He goes to Mama Aduni's room. Knocks softly. Come. She's sitting by the window, writing in a leather journal. Moonlight on her face. Mama, if you're sick. If you're dying. I need to know. She closes the journal. Why? Because I need to know if I'm doing this for the right reasons. And what are the right reasons? He sits on the floor beside her chair. I don't know. I thought it was love. But maybe it's guilt. Maybe I'm trying to repay you for saving me. And that's not fair to you. She strokes his hair. Once gently. Tunde, love and gratitude aren't opposites. They grow together. Like herbs in the same soil. But what if the village is right? What if I'm too young to understand what I'm doing? Then time will teach you. And I'll be here. Or I won't. Either way, you'll survive. He looks up at her. Will you? She smiles. Doesn't answer. Day 30. Village square, morning. 200 villagers gather. Chief Balogun stands at the podium. Mrs. Folake sits front row, arms crossed. Mama Aduni and Tunde arrive. Sit in the back. Chief Balogun clears his throat. We are here to examine evidence of financial impropriety. The crowd murmurs. Tunde's heart pounds. Mama Aduni's hand rests on his. Steady. Warm. She whispers. Whatever happens next, remember, you chose this. Not me, not them, you. And in 60 seconds, one envelope would change everything. Day 30. Village square. 9 a.m. Chief Balogun adjusts the microphone. Feedback squeals. 200 faces turn toward the podium. We gather today to address serious allegations. Financial transactions between Tunde Adeyemi and Aduni Ogunleye that suggest manipulation. He nods toward the investigator. Adekunle steps forward. Grey suit, leather briefcase. He opens it with theatrical precision. Bank statements. 6 months of deposits. Tunde Adeyemi to Aduni Ogunleye. Total, 120,000 naira. He projects images on a portable screen. Each transaction highlighted in yellow March 5th. 20,000 naira March 28th. 20,000 naira. April 15th. 20,000 naira, the crowd murmurs. Phones rise, recording. Mrs. Folake stands. You see? He's been paying her for what? What kind of love requires payment? A woman shouts. She's charging him for marriage. Another. It's prostitution. Tunde rises slowly from the back row. Mama Aduni touches his wrist, a light pressure. He gently removes her hand, walks to the front. Calm, deliberate. He pulls folded papers from his jacket pocket. Spreads them on the podium beside Adekunle's statements. Receipts. Nigerian Institute of Medical Herbalists. Online certification courses. Each one costs 20,000 naira. He points to the first receipt. March 5th. Introduction to medicinal herbs. I borrowed money from Mama Aduni. Repaid it the same day I received my stipend from construction work. He points to the second. March 28th. Advanced herbal processing. Same process, third receipt. April 15th, clinical applications. Same process. He lifts the stack. 6 receipts total. Each stamped. Each signed. She loaned me money for education. I repaid her. Every naira, documented, legal. That's not manipulation. That's mentorship. Silence. Chief Balogun clears his throat. This doesn't disprove emotional exploitation. Mrs. Folake seizes the moment, stands, voice rising. Exactly. Money isn't the only currency of abuse. She's lonely, he's desperate. My sister died in her care. Tunde was grieving, vulnerable, and she preyed on that grief. Gasps. The crowd splits, some nod. Others shake their heads. A vendor shouts, how can love be wrong if it's consensual? Another, consent doesn't mean it's healthy. The square erupts. Voices overlap. Arguments bloom. Chief Balogun bangs his gavel. Order! The noise subsides. Mrs. Folek's voice cuts through, sharp and certain. This union isn't about love. It's about 2 broken people clinging to each other out of fear. Fear of loneliness. Fear of poverty. That's not marriage. That's codependency. Murmurs of agreement ripple through the crowd. Tunde looks at Mama Aduni. She sits perfectly still. Hands folded. Face unreadable. He turns back to the crowd. You want to know why I proposed? Silence. You want to know if I'm being manipulated. If I'm too young to understand my own heart. Chief Balogun leans forward. Yes, enlighten us. Tundi takes a breath. His hands tremble. He steadies them. Then let me tell you what you don't know, he turns to Mama Aduni. Their eyes meet across 50 feet of dusty square. Show them the diagnosis. Mama, every head snaps toward her Mama. Aduni doesn't move. 5 seconds. 10. The silence stretches, unbearable. Then she stands. Slow, graceful, like a queen rising from a throne. She reaches into her wrapper, pulls out a sealed envelope. Medical stamp visible. She walks to the podium. Each step measured, deliberate. Hands the envelope to Dr. Emeka, who has been standing at the side, observing. Dr. Emeka's face goes pale. He recognizes the envelope. He's seen it before. He opens it with shaking hands, pulls out a single sheet. Hospital letterhead. General Hospital Abeokuta, he reads aloud. His voice cracks on the first word. Patient Aduni Ogunle. Date of birth, March 3, 1940. Age 85, he pauses. Swallows. Diagnosis, stage 3 ovarian cancer. Metastasized to lymph nodes. Prognosis, 18 to 24 months with aggressive treatment. 12 to 16 months without. Gasps. A woman sobs. Dr. Emeka continues, voice barely above a whisper. Patient has declined chemotherapy. Patient has declined surgery. Patient requests palliative care only. Date of diagnosis, January 14, 2025. He lowers the paper. The square is silent. Absolute. Even the wind seems to stop. Mama Aduni's voice rises. Soft but clear. Every syllable deliberate. I'm dying. 3 words. They land like stones in water. Tunde has known for 8 months, she turns to face the crowd. He didn't propose because he was confused. He proposed because he understood my time is short. He wanted to spend it caring for me. Legally, honorably, publicly. Mrs. Folaki stands, mouth open, no words coming. Mama Aduni continues. You called it witchcraft. You called it greed. You called it exploitation. But you never asked the simplest question. Why? She looks at Chief Balogun. Why would an 85-year-old woman marry a 25-year-old man? You assumed the worst. You projected your own fears, your own shame. But you never asked me. Chief Balogun's face reddens. So you should have told the council. Why? Her voice sharpens. Just slightly. So you could pity me? So you could deny my marriage out of mercy instead of malice. She steps closer to the podium. 3 years ago you offered me 15 million naira for my land. I refused. You needed that land for a hotel development. Your business partner was waiting. But I said no. And ever since you've been looking for ways to remove me. Murmurs. The crowd shifts. Chief Balogun stammers. That's not Petition 442, lease revocation. Petition 443, mental competency evaluation. Both filed within weeks of my engagement announcement. Coincidence? A young man in the crowd shouts, Answer her, Chief. Others join. Is it true? Did you want her land? Chief Balogun's face hardens. This meeting is not adjourned. Dr. Emeka steps forward. He pulls a folder from his bag. I took the liberty of researching public records. He opens the folder. Pulls out 3 documents. Petition filed against Mama Aduni. March 2022. Land acquisition denied. Petition filed. November 2023. Zoning change denied. Petition filed. April 2024. Lease revocation denied. He looks at Chief Balogun. 3 attempts in 3 years. All targeting her property. All signed by you. The crowd erupts, shouts accusations. He's a liar. He wanted her land. This was never about morality. Chief Balogun slams his gavel. I will not be accused. Then answer. Tunde's voice cuts through, loud, clear. Did you or did you not try to buy her land? Silence. Chief Balogun's jaw works. His eyes dart. Looking for an exit. The development would have benefited the village. Jobs, revenue. It was for the community. So yes. Tunde's voice is ice. You tried to buy her land. She refused. And you've been punishing her ever since. The crowd turns. Hostile now. Directed at Chief Balogun, a council member stands. Elder Okonkwo. 70 respected. Chief Balogun, is this true? Chief Balogun's silence is answer enough. Elder Okonkwo shakes his head. Then you've abused your position. This inquiry is invalid. Mrs. Folakes turned, not sensing the tide turning. Mrs. Folakes stands again, desperate. Wait. Even if the chief had ulterior motives, that doesn't change the fact that this marriage is unhealthy. She's dying, he's young, this isn't love. It's a mercy mission. Tunde turns to her. His voice drops, quiet, lethal. Auntie, do you want to talk about mercy? Mrs. Folake freezes. Tunde reaches into his jacket, pulls out a small wooden box, opens it. Inside, jewelry. Gold, emeralds, rubies the crowd cranes to see. My mother's jewelry. 8.2 million naira worth. You told me it was lost in probate. But Mama Aduni had it. My mother gave her the location before she died. She said to keep it safe. Don't let Folake take it. Mrs. Folake's face drains of color. She's lying. Am I? Tund holds up a handwritten note. His mother's handwriting, recognizable to anyone who knew her. He reads aloud, hidden in my bedroom closet behind the old blankets. Give to Tunde when he's ready. Don't trust Folaka. She has debts. Signed, your sister. Dated 2 days before she died. Mrs. Folake sinks into her chair. Tunde's voice shakes now. With rage, with grief, you lied to me. You told me there was nothing left. And you took what was mine. Mama Aduni protected me, silently for 3 years. She never asked for thanks, never used it as leverage. She just kept it safe. He looks at the crowd. That is why I proposed. Not because I'm confused, not because I'm being manipulated, because she is the most honorable person I have ever known. And if I have 18 months with her or 18 days, I will spend them as her husband, legally, publicly, proudly. The crowd erupts, this time in applause, scattered at first. Then building, a woman shouts, let them marry. Fathers join, leave them alone. It's their choice. Mrs. Folake covers her face, weeping. Chief Balogan stands frozen, his authority shattered. Mama Aduni walks to Tunde, takes his hand. She faces the crowd. I don't have long. But what I have I choose to share with him, not because he's perfect, not because I'm desperate. Because love isn't about time. It's about presence, and he is the most present person I've ever known. She squeezes his hand. If that offends you, don't come to the wedding. She turns, walks toward the square's exit. Tunde follows. The crowd parts, silent, respectful now. As they pass, one by one villagers bow their heads, not in pity, in recognition, but 2 people weren't done fighting. And what happened at the wedding would become the most talked about moment in village history. 2 weeks later, St. Peter's Wedding Hall, Saturday, 10 a.m. capacity 300, current attendance 280, 20 empty seats. Those who refuse to come, the ones still convinced this is scandal, not love. The hall is simple. White cloth draped over wooden chairs, wildflowers in clay pots, nothing expensive. Mama Aduni insisted, we're not performing for them. We're promising to each other. At the altar, a single chair holds a folded red jewel, front row, left side, Mrs. Folake. No designer sunglasses today. Plain black dress, hands folded in her lap. She arrived early, sat without speaking. Her eyes stay fixed on the floor. Front row, right side, Elder Okonkwo and 3 council members. Chief Balogan is notably absent. He resigned 4 days after the village square revelation. The resignation letter still hangs on the bulletin board. Middle rows, market vendors, church elders, Dr. Emeka. The private investigator Adekunle, who returned Mrs. Folake's 500,000 naira, saying, I don't profit from lies, back rows, young people. Tunde's former university friends, they came out of curiosity. Some out of guilt. Pastor Adewale stands at the altar, Bible in hand, face somber. At a side table, marriage registry book. 2 witnesses ready to sign, Dr. Emeka and Elder Okonkwo. Nigerian law requires it. 10:15 a.m. The entrance music starts. A single drummer. Traditional Yoruba rhythm. Slow, steady Tunde enters first. White agbada, simple, clean, no groomsmen. He walks alone, reaches the altar, turns, waits. The drummer pauses. Silence. Then, Mama Aduni appears at the doorway. She wears white lace, plain, elegant, her grey hair braided and wrapped. No makeup, no jewelry except a single wooden bangle, carved by Tunde during his first herbalism lesson. She walks alone. No one gives her away. She gives herself each step deliberate. Unhurried, the crowd is silent. Not hostile now, reverent. She reaches the altar, stands beside Tunde. Pastor Adewale opens his mouth to speak. A scraping sound, every head turns. Mrs. Folake stands. Her chair scrapes the floor. She grips the seat back. Knuckles white, murmurs ripple. Someone hisses, "Not again." Mrs. Folake's mouth opens, closes, opens again. No words. Tunde's jaw tightens. Mama Aduni touches his wrist. Wait. 10 seconds, 15. Mrs. Folake's hands tremble. She releases the chair. Takes one step forward, stops. Her voice comes out hoarse, broken. I can't stay silent. The hall goes rigid. She walks forward. Each step looks painful. Stops 5 feet from the altar. 3 weeks ago I called this union evil. I hired a man to destroy you. I lied about jewelry. I lied about my sister's wishes. Her voice cracks. But the worst lie was the one I told myself, that I was protecting Tunde. She looks at the crowd. Then at Mama Aduni. I wasn't protecting him. I was protecting my secrets. My debts, my shame, tears stream. She doesn't wipe them. When my sister died, she asked me to give Tunde her jewelry. 8.2 million naira worth. I took it instead. Sold 2 pieces. Told him it was lost. Gasps, phones rise. I spent the money on failed investments. Lagos loans I couldn't repay. And when Mama Aduni became his guardian, I was terrified she'd expose me. She turns to Tunde. You deserved better than me. And she gave you what I couldn't. Truth, honor, safety. She reaches into her purse, pulls out a small velvet pouch. Her hands shake so badly she almost drops it. Opens it. Inside a gold bracelet. A pearl necklace. The last pieces, this is all I have left. The rest I spent. I'll work to repay you, however long it takes, even if you never forgive me. Tunde stares at the jewelry. His face unreadable. Mama Aduni steps forward, takes the pouch, studies it, closes it, hands it back to Mrs. Folake. Keep it. Mrs. Folake's eyes widen. But sell it. Pay your debts. Start clean. I don't deserve it. Mama Aduni's voice sharpens. Just slightly, you're right. You don't. None of us do. That's why it's called grace. She pauses. But grace isn't permission to repeat harm. If you ever lie to him again, I won't be here to forgive you. He will be. And he'll have to decide if you're worth the cost. Mrs. Folake nods, weeping. She turns to leave. Wait. Mama Aduni walks to the altar, picks up the red jewel. The hall goes silent. She unfolds it slowly. The red fabric catches light. This belonged to Tunde's mother. She gave it to me the night before she died. She wrapped it around my head herself. Her hands were shaking. She said, wear this when the world tries to make you small. Mama Aduni holds it up. Every eye on the fabric. But it was never mine to keep forever. It was mine to steward. To return when its true owner was ready. She walks to Mrs. Folake. Your sister wanted you to remember something. Family isn't ownership. It's stewardship. She places the jewel in Mrs. Folake's hands. Mrs. Folake collapses to her knees, clutches the jewel to her chest. Sobs shake her body. The market woman who spat at Mama Aduni's feet 3 weeks ago. She stands now, tears streaming, begins to ululate. A traditional cry of mourning turned celebration. Others join. The sound fills the hall. Pastor Adewale's turn. The ululation fades. Mrs. Folake returns to her seat, jewel clutched tight. Pastor Adewale steps forward, sets his Bible on the podium. His voice is thick. 2 weeks ago I stood in Sister Aduni's compound. I brought 12 elders. We quoted Leviticus. We threatened her with isolation. He looks at his hands. I was wrong. He looks at the congregation. I confused my comfort with God's character. I saw an uncommon love and called it unnatural. But Ruth and Boaz were uncommon too. And God called it good. He picks up the Bible. If you'll still have me, I'd be honored to officiate this union. Mama Aduni nods. We will. The vows Pastor Adewale gestures. Tandi, your vows. Tunde takes Mama Aduni's hands. They're wrinkled, weathered, strong. Mama, 3 years ago I watched you scrub the word witch off your gate. You didn't curse the person who wrote it. You didn't cry. You just scrubbed. Then you made me breakfast. His voice steadies. That's when I learned. Strength isn't loud. It's steady. Dignity isn't defensive. It's deliberate. He squeezes her hands. I promise to honor your legacy. Every single day, until my last breath honors yours. Mama Aduni's eyes glisten. She doesn't blink the tears away. Lets them fall. Tunde, I'm not marrying you because I'm lonely. I'm marrying you because you reminded me what it means to choose joy, even when the world chooses cruelty. Her voice is calm, clear. Love doesn't wait for permission. It doesn't negotiate with fear. It simply shows up. She smiles. I promise to teach you until silence is my only language. And even then you'll hear me. The signing. Pastor Adewale gestures to the registry table. Before God and these witnesses, let us formalize this union. Tunde and Mama Aduni approach. Dr. Emeka and Elder Okonkwo stand as official witnesses. Mama Aduni signs first. Her signature steady, elegant, practiced. Tunde signs second. His hand shakes slightly. She covers it with hers. Steadies him. Dr. Emeka signs. Elder Okonkwo signs. Pastor Adewale stamps the document. Marriage Certificate number 4293, registered under Nigerian Marriage Act 1990, legal and binding. He closes the book. By the authority vested in me and witnessed by this assembly, I now pronounce you husband and wife. He pauses, smiles. Tunde, you may kiss your bride. Tunde leans in, gentle, respectful, kisses her forehead. The hall erupts, not in scandal. In celebration, applause, ululation. The drummer starts again, fast. Joyful, people stand, dance, weep. The woman who spat at Mama Aduni's feet rushes forward, kneels. Forgive me. Mama Aduni lifts her up. Forgiven. One by one, villagers approach. Some apologize. Some just smile. Some bring gifts, plantain, yam, palm oil. The final image. As the crowd disperses, Tunde and Mama Aduni stand at the doorway. Mrs. Folake approaches. The red jewel now wrapped around her head. Properly tied. Thank you, she whispers. Mama Aduni touches her cheek. You're welcome at our home. Every Sunday, if you choose. Mrs. Folake nods. Leaves. Tunde looks at his wife. Are you tired? She smiles. I'm never too tired to dance. The drummer grins. Starts a new rhythm. They dance, slow, simple. Two people choosing joy in the face of mortality. The hall clears. Only witnesses remain. Pastor Adewale whispers a prayer. Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. This is what dignity looks like. This is what love looks like. Uncommon, uncompromising, undeniable. But Mama Aduni's story didn't end with a wedding. What happened in her final months would rewrite the village's understanding of love itself. 3 days after the wedding, Village Council Hall, Elder Okonkwo chairs an emergency session. 15 council members present. Tunde and Mama Aduni sit as observers. Elder Okonkwo opens a folder, pulls out a handwritten document. We reviewed Chief Balogun's petitions, all 3 targeting Mama Aduni's land. We're issuing formal apology and structural reforms. He reads aloud. The Village Council acknowledges misuse of authority. Petitions 442-443 and all prior land acquisition attempts are nullified. Mama Aduni Ogunle's lease is extended indefinitely at 50,000 naira per year. No future challenges permitted without documented cause. A younger council member adds, we're proposing a new rule. Marriage licenses cannot be denied based on age if both parties demonstrate mental capacity. We're calling it the Aduni Adeyemi Amendment. Mama Aduni speaks quietly. I don't need my name on it. Elder Okonkwo shakes his head. The village needs to remember. Not as punishment. As education, she nods once. Then I accept. The council votes. 15 in favor, 0 against. Motion passes. 1 week later. Chief Balogun's home. Tunde knocks. The compound looks smaller. Paint peeling. Garden overgrown. Chief Balogun answers. Age 10 years in 2 weeks. Grey stubble. Hollow eyes. Tunde. Chief, they sit in a sparse living room. No servants. Just an old man alone. Tunde pulls an envelope from his jacket. Mama asked me to deliver this. Chief Balogun opens it. Reads aloud, voice cracking. Chief Balogun, you tried to take my land. You questioned my mind. You used your power to humiliate me. But you taught me something. Institutions are only as just as the people who lead them. Thank you for resigning. I forgive you. I will not forget. Aduni Ogunleya. Chief Balogun's hands shake. I don't deserve this. No, but she gave it anyway. Chief Balogun covers his face. Weeps. Tunde stands. The hotel contract? Collapsed. Investors pulled out. Good. Tunde leaves. 2 weeks post-wedding. Mama Aduni's veranda. Mrs. Folake visits. Brings plantain. A small notebook. I started therapy, debt counseling too. I'm selling my Lagos apartment. She opens the notebook. Payment plan inside, 50,000 naira monthly for 60 months. I can't repay everything, but I'll repay what I can. Mama Aduni closes the notebook. Keep your money. Invest it in someone else. What do you mean? Find a young person drowning. Teach them to swim. That's how you repay a debt you can't quantify. Mrs. Folake's eyes fill. She nods. 1 month post-wedding. Oja Oba Market. Mama Aduni returns to her corner. Blue tarp. Her bundles a line forms 20, 30, 40 people. The woman who spat at her feet buys fever herbs. Pays double. Keep the change. A teenager approaches. Shy. Can you teach me? About herbs? Mama Aduni studies him. Why? Because you stood up when everyone sat down. She hands him moringa. Come back Saturday. Bring a notebook, he grins. Runs off. Tunde watches from across the market. This is healing. Not the absence of pain. The presence of purpose. 6 weeks post-wedding. Market day. A Lagos journalist visits. Wants an interview. Mama Aduni declines, but allows one question. What do you want people to remember? Mama Aduni looks at the market. The vendors, the children, the elders. The world judges your joy. Protect it anyway. She turns back to her herbs. Interview over. 28 months later. Mama Aduni died on a Tuesday, peacefully at home. Tunde holding her hand, her final words. You chose well, Tunde. So did you, she smiled. Closed her eyes. 10 months longer than her prognosis. Dr. Emeka said joy extended her life. The funeral, St. Peter's Hall. Capacity, 300. Attendance, 547. People stood in aisles. Sat on floors, lined walls. Mrs. Folek spoke. Wore the red jeel. Hyaduni taught me. Grace is costly. Withholding it costs more. Tunde didn't speak. Couldn't. Sat silent. Dr. Emeka beside him. At burial, 50 villagers carried soil. 1 handful each. Communal goodbye 2 years post-death. The legacy. Tunde renamed the compound Mama Aduni Legacy Healing Center. Patient count, 94 weekly. Double her record. He earned licensed herbalist practitioner certification, Nigerian Institute of Medical Herbalists. 2027. Her journal became textbook, The Aduni Method, Healing Through Dignity. Mrs. Folake funded the Folake Aduni Reconciliation Grant. 5 scholarships annually. She volunteers monthly. Chief Balogun sent a letter. Your marriage had more courage than my greed. Tunde framed it. Hung it in the waiting room. The village enacted the Aduni Adeyemi Amendment. 3 age gap marriages approved since. No challenges filed. Final image, present day. Tunde sits in the herb garden. Mama Aduni's red jeel draped over the bench. Faded, still dignified. A young woman approaches, notebook in hand. Master Tunde, I don't fit the mold for love my family expects. Tunde smiles. Protection isn't permission. Love shows up, does your work, then lets the world catch up. She writes it down. He thinks, Mama, you're still teaching. Closing. People ask if I regret marrying an 85-year-old woman. Losing her 28 months later, I didn't lose her. I found her. This is one of those real-life stories, African stories that challenge you. These touching stories remind us dignity doesn't age, love doesn't wait, and life stories, true African folklore, aren't about happy endings. They're about honest ones. What would you do if the world mocked your love? Tell us in the comments. If this story moved you, share it. Someone needs to hear this today. Subscribe for more life stories that challenge, heal, and restore faith. Next week, a woman falsely accused at her son's funeral. The truth will leave you speechless.